Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
I'm Marcella.
And we're here today to talk about the premiere. We just watched the premiere, and yeah, we have a lot that we want to go through.
Yeah, we have a lot that we want to discuss. First of all, guys, look at these awesome shirts that we have. We have proudly shipping non-platonic soulmates since 2014, which I feel like is a mood for all of us. So yeah, we had to get these shirts.
Our friend Erin made them for us. I'm sure you guys know Erin, but we'll leave the link down in the description box that you guys can check out her shop. She has amazing things, and if you guys want these shirts, then just message her. I'm sure she'll make them for you as well if you want them.
For sure.
And yeah, so the premiere. Okay. Before we talk about some stuff that happens at the end, in the very beginning of the episode, you know, obviously we're all awake. Everybody's awake because we don't have time to have another Bellamy and Clark scene of them just together.
Yeah, no, it's very quick.
It's very fast.
We don't even see everybody getting woken up.
No, everybody's just awake.
It's just everybody's awake, yeah. So it's quick. Which
it's very.
I mean, a lot of times with this show, you don't see things. It's just kind of like
it's just there.
Skips.
Yeah,
but
it's okay because it's a very fast-moving show. I would say, it's very quick.
Exactly.
It's really like Jordan, by the way. I really enjoy Jordan's character.
I enjoyed Jordan in this episode. I'm excited to see more of him. Yeah, I think that. He's very innocent in the way that he doesn't. He's
so naive.
Yeah, he grew up on a ship. He hasn't even eaten anything except algae.
I know.
So I'm excited that he has more people around him than just he only grew up with Monty and Harper.
Yeah.
His parents. So yeah, I'm excited to see his dynamics in the episodes to come with the different characters and who he's going to be closest to and all that. I think that's going to be exciting to see.
Well, he already had some scenes with Raven, which I thought was interesting. Yeah. Raven this episode, it
was tough with this episode. You know, I understand the hatred towards Abby.
I understand
that. You know, obviously she tortured her.
Yeah.
Abby tortured Raven. That was, so that's understandable, but in general, just the shade towards Clark and how
everybody,
they were all just trying to isolate her. They didn't want her they just didn't want anything to do with Clark, and it was so frustrating because I'm just sick of it.
I just feel so bad for Clark.
They're just all so...
And yeah, she's made some bad decisions.
But so have you.
So has everybody else on the show.
And that's what she said to Murphy. She's like, so have you. So have you, Murphy. When he's oh, the fifth chance. Murphy, do you realize who you were back then?
People make mistakes and people grow from them. Think about how much Bellamy and Clark have done to each other, and they forgive each other. Forgiveness is such a huge theme, and I feel I really need to see Space Crew appreciate Clark more.
I think that's where we're gonna get to. I don't think they're gonna be like that all season.
There's just one scene.
But I just hope it doesn't go on for a long time. It's getting so annoying. It just makes me not like Space Crew because
it's just aggravating.
It is aggravating. Bellamy right now is her only friend.
I'm so happy that she has Bellamy in her corner though, because she needs somebody. I felt so bad for her. There's this one scene when she goes into this cafeteria, and it's all Space Crew's just sitting at one table, and she goes and sits with her mom, and yeah, she had to talk to her mom anyway.
That was the worst.
But I just felt
all of
bad
them ganging
for her.
Up on her. Yeah.
It was just this table of people like Bellamy, and then people who she should be friends with, and I don't know, it just reminded me of something in a high school setting of people being mean to the kids. Yeah. It was just, I didn't like that. I thought that was really mean, just to kind of single her out like that when she's walking past a table. I didn't like that. And then obviously we had Raven say another comment to Clark too, and I get it, they do have some reasons, but it's been years, and I know it hasn't been years for you, but I don't know, I just feel can we just move on? We're this is what you guys got, let's deal with what's actually going on and stop hating on Clark. And even Shaw had some comments who the fuck are you to she turned him in, but still, it was just who the hell are you to be talking to Clark like that? That bothered me.
It was you don't even know Clark. You just got here. Who are you?
Excuse me.
Do you realize what Clark has done for everybody else? Clark ends up trying to save Shaw and basically risking her life to deal with the radiation, because it didn't affect her. And nobody was grateful for that.
No, nobody's ever grateful to Clark, ever.
No.
And obviously Clark is, we're not saying that Clark is like right in everything, and like she's made some really bad decisions.
Yeah.
But I just felt bad for her in this episode. And then like later on in the episode, we see like all these couples like together, and then it's just like Clark in the background.
Yeah, you just feel bad because it's like how long are they gonna like be mad at
I'm so tired of Clark being isolated, because we got that a lot last season too, and I just don't want it anymore. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, please be nice to Clark.
Yeah, they're just mean at this point. It's just it's unnecessary.
It is.
So that was annoying, but I'm hoping that that's where we're ending up.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get better. I think it's gotta get better.
Yeah, it has to get better, because we cannot do that all season.
Yeah, I mean, also, you know, you could say like when the sun was eclipsing, that was really pushing all of them in some ways. Like, you had Murphy say that comment to Clark about Maddie, and then Clark pushed him, and then he said something to Miller, and then Miller pushed him. Like, you could see like some tension building, and then obviously you find out at the end that it's really because like the suns are eclipsing and all that. That's why like they're going insane.
Exactly.
And
so a lot of it has to do with that as well.
Yeah. But it's interesting though, because I feel like this whole concept of like the psychosis and making people like say these things and stuff, like I feel like there's so much that they have like under the surface. Like, they're gonna have to talk to each other, which is interesting. Like, they're gonna be like saying these comments to each other, like,
in a way, yeah, that's true. It can also push them to
talk,
deal with all of that stuff, yeah, and to confront each other with everybody's problems with each other, because they're literally gonna be yelling it out at each other. So once they break out of that and they're back to normal, they're gonna have to confront like what they said to each other. So in a way, it's a good way to deal with everybody's
it's really
hatred with each other and like those problems that they have with one another.
It's brutal. Like, we saw like even up in space, like that scene with Octavia and Kane. Damn. When she was just like,
I love that. Marie's acting was amazing in that scene.
Yeah, you guys know we really love Octavia.
I love how she called him out for everything, because I feel like Kane is somebody who last season was acting like he was so like righteous and like he had no blood on his hands and he didn't want blood on, like he was acting like he was better than everybody. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, like kind of like that. So I feel like Octavia being like, you're judging me so harshly, like this is what you did,
and the way that she said, she's like, yeah, like I'm a monster, and like it's like she kind of understands,
and she like that she realizes that, and she's like, and, like, what she's done, and she's like, well, you're not accepting what you've done
either. Like, it's not just about Octavia being bad. Like, I feel like all of these characters are flawed. All of these characters have done things. They've all done awful things, and I just they can't be yelling at each other.
I think it's really funny that like Octavia was not supposed to be woken up.
Like Nyla's just waking up people.
That's what she was doing this episode.
But like, thanks for waking up Octavia and Nyla, because shit's gonna get interesting.
Yeah.
The whole Kane thing. Kane is on his deathbed, guys. Like, he's gotta go this season. I feel like he's gonna go.
It looked really like he looked dead. He was like dead, and we're just gonna put him in cryo to like prolong the inevitable. Like, I feel like that was something that he could have just.
She's gonna wait till get more of the algae so that way she can perform a surgery on him again.
But like to me, like if he's just gonna be in cryo and not in the episodes, that's kind of like pointless. Like, why wouldn't he just die then in this episode? So it's like, I wonder how long he's gonna be in cryo, if it's not gonna be that long, or if like. Was Henry in doing something?
I think that he was working on a different show, if I remember correctly. So it could be some of that. Like, maybe he needed time off from filming. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And Abby and Raven this episode, they had a lot, like, and obviously like what we said earlier with Raven, like it's understandable. But in some ways, like, Abby has like a fresh start. Like, they all have a fresh start. So I feel like we need to give people like the benefit of the doubt, you know, and kind of move on a little bit, even though it's hard. And you know, she is an addict, you know, like that's not the way you talk to an addict, you know, like if somebody who you want to recover, if like she's gonna get better. And you know, I just feel like give her a chance to get better. Like, yes, you had the right to say all those things in some ways because she tortured you and all that shit while she was like the drugs were awful with Abby. Like it was really bad last season. But I feel like we have a fresh start.
I feel like in general,
saying,
that's
like,
like
she
a
apologized.
lot of the problems between characters. That's like,
yeah,
where I feel like we need to get to the point of like, you know what, like we're all on this new planet.
Yeah,
we're starting over. This is what Monty wanted, and we can't be killing each other, like, and like fighting and bickering and
I love that Clark said thank you, Monty. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah,
and
I
really appreciated that. And I also I love like the little, we mentioned it I think at the end of our video, but like the throwbacks to season 1, like of them coming off the ship, of them going down, saying goodbye, and then even like the water scene was really great too. That was really.
Told Bellamy that he should go first, and then he sit together, and then literally Bellamy was like, oh my god, like, I just said it in front of everybody, I have to act cool, and he's like, all of us,
not just me
and Clark, even though I wish it was just me and Clark.
There's been some Clark,
like Bellamy, your love is showing, like your heart eyes.
And then we also noticed it at the end of the episode. So he has this book, right?
Oh my god, this is great. Yeah, we watched that scene again.
And he has this book, and he's telling. And then Echo's just like sitting on this swing, so he's like, okay, like Echo, you come here, like obligatory, like you have to be in the scene too, because it can't just be me and Clark, and I'm gonna just show Clark the book.
He literally has showing Clark, and Echo's just like looking over his shoulder, like watching, and then he's like reading the book, and he just like, time to run away to Clark. Reading the book, like talking to Clark about the book, and Echo's just standing there because like she couldn't just be like sitting on the swing by herself. She had to like be in this scene. But like it was just funny, and I feel like, I don't know, like the scene of like even them like on like the ship, like coming out of the ship, and like it's Bellamy and Clark next to each other, and Echo's like in the back.
She actually didn't bother me this episode.
Yeah,
I actually liked her this episode.
I think it's funny that Bellamy and Clark are like. She's
it's really.
She's in like the background of their scenes.
Yeah, it's funny, but exactly, like it's why are they together?
You can't tell.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
I didn't mind her this episode at all. I actually really liked that she said
she stood up for Clark.
She stood up for Clark. I really appreciated that because people need to stand up for Clark more. Also, this scene with like the bugs and like the swarm. I thought that was really cool. That was really
that was a cool scene. That was something that we've never really seen before on the show. Like
that was
like
really
that
cool.
Bugs. Yeah,
I like that. I really appreciated that moment when Clark ran and Bellamy like has like a panic. He was like, when Clark, don't.
That was with Shaw. And then Bellamy looked like he was ready to jump after her.
Yes, he did. Yeah. And okay, the Blark scene, you guys. I felt like that was stuff that they needed to get out. Like they needed to talk about those things. You know, like that's just kind of like the elephant in the room. Like I know it's like you called me for 6 years, but like we're just not gonna talk about it. Like no, like, they had to talk about that.
I love that they got
I thought it was really cute the way that he brought it up and how he was teasing her. He's like a little pathetic. Like it was just so adorable.
I love how it was just like they laughed about it, and to see Bellamy and Clark smile, it's just that doesn't happen a lot. Is so. Yeah, I love that. I want to rewatch it over and over because just like their smiles and like
that was so cute.
I don't know. You know, it's really nice that Bellamy and Clark can
be friends,
can laugh, still like have that. They can still, after like everything that happened last season, especially like with both of them betraying each other.
They care about each other so much, and they still have that friendship to them still. Like they can't not be on each other's side, you know?
They just have the ability to just like forgive, and that's such a beautiful thing. And yeah, I just love that they're able to still do that and to still have that together, and like it's I don't know,
really great. Yeah, I really love that scene, and
I really love how
thank you for that scene.
Exactly, and I love how Bellamy, even though like everybody else is like throwing shade at Clark, Bellamy's there for her, and
and
those two are still like the leaders. Like even in the beginning when like they're talking about what to do, Bellamy and Clark are standing up in front of everybody with Jordan, and I'm so excited to see those two get back on the same page because, you know, last year was really tough. So I'm excited to see them. And I mean, I think that's something that like we all know this on the show. Like when Bellamy and Clark are not on the same side, things go to shit. But when they last season,
But when they are on the same team, then everything's great.
Pretty sure Eliza said that.
But it's so true.
It's true,
we all know this. Like they need to be on the same side, and so it's really nice that I'm so happy that she has him in her corner.
Exactly. They lead best together because they complement one another and they do balance each other out. And yeah, I'm really excited to see them lead together this season. And
yeah. And then we're very excited to watch the next episode because the ending of that with Murphy and Maury, I can't believe Maury was going after him, like stabbing him.
It was really like she was really stabbing
cool.
too. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting when like everybody starts going crazy and like they're gonna start saying like really bad things about one another.
Well, I love Murphy singing and dancing in this episode.
Oh yeah,
like that's the closest I'm pretty sure we're ever gonna get to a musical. Like it was just so great having him just have fun and everything. And he tried to get him Maury to dance with him. We love Murphy, even though he was kind of a jerk to Clark. We enjoy his character. He's like the comic relief. And so I thought that was really great. I really liked having those light scenes with him. And we really like Amori a lot as a character. We think that she's really cool and she could come a long way. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with those two.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
to see how the hell they're going to come back from her, like, stabbing him.
I mean, it wasn't her. It was because of the son. So,
but I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what's really cool about this with the psychosis is like we're gonna have to see the aftermath of it and see how they're gonna move past it. And I think that's gonna be really exciting this season.
Yeah, we haven't seen the new characters yet in this episode, so I'm assuming we're gonna get that next episode.
The next episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming as the season progresses. But yeah, we're very excited. Let us know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. And yeah, we're gonna be going live at some point to discuss it further. And I know that like some of you guys, I'm sure have seen episode 2 because of the leaks that happened. I know that got out, and so please refrain from commenting and like spoilers. Like we just want to stick to this episode.
Yeah, so only talk about this episode down below. You never, like, guys, a lot of people, like, I know, like, most of the fandom has obviously seen it, but, like, some people probably haven't. If they just want to see the comments for this episode, just don't comment about
next episode
yet. Because you don't want to spoil somebody who doesn't want to say it, so.
Exactly.
Just talk about this episode down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this review, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more reviews all season as well as reactions.
You can also be sure to follow us on our Twitter and our Snapchat. We are at City of the Fields.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye!